Namaskaram Sadhguru. I want to do many things in life, but I am lazy. How do I overcome laziness and stay motivated?
You must fall in love with somebody or something. If you don't find a somebody, you must fall in love with something. Something means something to you, you will wake up in the morning. Nothing means anything to you, where is the reason to wake up in the morning?
How do you fall in love?
When Shiva wanted to teach yoga to his first disciple, which was his own wife, Parvati, she was very eager to learn the way to enlightenment because she saw him as a glorious being and she wants to become like him. She said, "How? I'm ready to do anything." Shiva said, "No need to do anything, just come sit here on my lap." She hesitated because, "Oh, I don't want to be petted, I want to be enlightened." He said, "Relax, come and sit here." She sat here. He pulled her closer, not out of his needs, to fulfill her need. And he pulled her so closer, 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 and slowly she became a part of him. So there is a dimension of Shiva which we call as Ardhanari, where one half is man, one half is woman. What the imagery is trying to tell you is that it's only by inclusion, it's only by inclusion that life will blossom. If you have to include something into yourself, there must be space, isn't it? If I have to make somebody a part of myself, I have to throw out half of me out, only then. That's why the expression falling in love, not rising in love, okay? Not standing in love, not climbing in love, falling in love, because a part of you has to fall, only then there will be space for something else or somebody else. If all of you, the whole of you falls down, there'll be enormous space. You can include the whole cosmos as a part of yourself. If at least a part of you falls down, you may fall in love with one more human being or one more aspect of creation. So, we can teach you ways to empty yourself. If a part of you falls down, that empty space has to be filled with something. And that something which is not you, when it becomes a part of you, when you start experiencing it as a part of you, it fires you up. Because right now, what you think is me is not you, just a bundle of thoughts, emotions, ideas and prejudices, isn't it? That's not you. So what is you has not come into experience. So how to motivate you? When you're not yet, how to get you going? You're not yet. Right now all that is there is a bundle of thoughts, a cloud of thoughts and emotions and all kinds of stuff, isn't it? So that's why the sadhana. You must come and do some sadhana. Initially, somebody will motivate you. See, when your car doesn't start, somebody has to push, okay? Once it gets going, after that we don't have to push it all the way, then it'll go. So initially nothing wrong using a little bit of a push, everybody needs a push. There are very few people who can propel themselves from step one. Most others need push, often on a little kick here and there. The rest they will do.
Dear seekers, in the realm of human experience, where does laziness intersect with spirituality? How can the inertia of laziness reveal the path to spiritual awakening? And is it possible that within our most idle moments, we might find the seeds of profound spiritual insight? Laziness, often seen as a vice in our productivity-driven society, holds within it an unexplored dimension when viewed through a spiritual lens. This is not to glorify idleness, but rather to understand its nature and what it can teach us about ourselves. First, consider the nature of laziness. It is a state of rest, an unwillingness or lack of motivation to act. In spiritual terms, it can be seen as a natural inclination towards stillness, a fundamental element in many spiritual traditions. In stillness, the mind is allowed to quieten, and in this quietude, there is space for introspection and self-awareness. Meditation, a cornerstone of spiritual practice, is in essence a cultivated form of stillness, a deliberate pause in the constant motion of life. Laziness often arises from a desire to escape the relentless demands of our daily lives. In this escape, there is a hidden desire for peace and tranquility, a yearning that is at the heart of spirituality. When we are lazy, we are, in a way, seeking a refuge from the chaos of the external world, a return to a more natural, unburdened state of being. This desire for peace is a fundamental spiritual impulse. However, the spiritual potential of laziness can only be realized when we become mindful of this state. It's not about indulging in laziness, but rather understanding what our laziness is trying to tell us. Are we running away from something, or are we simply in need of rest and rejuvenation? The answer to these questions can lead us to a deeper understanding of our needs and desires. In everyday life, consider someone who chooses to spend a day doing nothing. If this person uses this time to reflect, to connect with their inner self, and to rejuvenate their spirit, then this laziness becomes a form of spiritual practice. It is a pause that refreshes and prepares them to re-engage with the world in a more mindful and centered way. Furthermore, laziness can be a signpost pointing towards unresolved issues or unhealed parts of our psyche. Often, we are lazy because we are avoiding something, perhaps a difficult task or an uncomfortable emotional reality. In recognizing and confronting this avoidance, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing, which is at the core of spiritual growth. Dear seekers, in this way, you can easily recognize this fact that while laziness in excess can be a barrier to living a fulfilled life, when approached with awareness and introspection, it can open doors to spiritual understanding and personal growth. It is in the quiet moments, when we step back from the demands of the world, that we often find the space to connect with our true selves and the universe at large. In this way, laziness, like all aspects of human experience, holds within it the potential for spiritual awakening. Continuing from this understanding of laziness as a potential gateway to spiritual awakening, let's delve deeper into how this seemingly negative trait can actually be a catalyst for profound personal transformation. In the moments of laziness, there is often a subtle but powerful opportunity for mindfulness. It's in these periods of inactivity where one might become acutely aware of the present moment. This awareness of the now is a cornerstone of spiritual teachings. When we pause in our laziness, we can become observers of our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. This observation is not passive, it's an active engagement with the present moment, a key practice in mindfulness meditation. Consider the simple act of sitting idly by a window, watching the world go by. In this scene of apparent laziness, there's a rich tapestry of life unfolding, the dance of leaves in the wind, the play of sunlight and shadows, the rhythm of breath. Here, in this moment of stillness, one finds a profound connection with the essence of life. This connection is the essence of spirituality, a deep understanding and appreciation of the interconnectedness of all things. Furthermore, laziness can challenge our habitual patterns of thinking and behaving. In our relentless pursuit of productivity and success, we often lose touch with our inner selves. This disconnect can lead to a sense of emptiness or lack of fulfillment. Laziness, by forcing us to slow down, can be a wake-up call, inviting us to re-evaluate our priorities and values. It asks us, what truly matters in life? Are we living in alignment with our deepest truths and values? In the context of everyday life, embracing the lessons of laziness can mean allowing ourselves to take breaks without guilt, to rest without feeling unproductive, and to value being overdoing. It's about finding balance, knowing when to act and when to rest, when to engage with the world and when to retreat into the sanctuary of our inner world. So, dear seekers, always remember this fact that while excessive laziness can be a hindrance, a mindful approach to our idle moments can reveal them as opportunities for spiritual growth and self-discovery. In the stillness and quietude of laziness, we can find the space to connect with our true selves, to become more aware of the present moment, and to reflect on our life's purpose. This is the paradox of laziness in spirituality, that in doing nothing, we might find everything that truly matters.